Hello, welcome back. In our previous video, we have gone through your organization's current donation process, and mapped it out on the worksheet 1 as is template. On your completed template, we have also looked in depth at every step, counting your transaction volume and the average time taken. In this video, we will look at refining your as-is, which would take you one step closer to creating the streamlined and efficient to-be process. Particularly, we will be focusing on eliminating duplicate data entry where possible, and examining where you can consolidate your data capturing. This will allow for one central information source, so that staff only captures the information once, reducing processing time, and eliminating the need for reconciliation across systems. Before we continue, please make sure you have your completed as-is worksheet on hand. As we would be working on it, you may wish to use a copy that allows you to write on. In this exercise, we will look at each step as objectively as possible, identify areas of improvement, and investigate if the challenges can be resolved. To obtain the best results, do involve those who have a stake in this process. Hear the problems they face, and see if there is a solution without having to add more steps. At the end of this, we are seeking to produce a process that achieves efficiency and, of course, happier and satisfied staff. Let us start off by considering the number of manual data entry points your current process has. In this example, there are a total of 5 data entry points, as donor information is being input into 5 different systems. Taking a closer look, it is actually the same details entered 5 times, across different platforms. This indicates duplicative work that can be avoided. Does your organization have duplicative data entry that can be combined or eliminated? To assist in identifying duplicate data entry points, here are some useful questions to consider. Is this step necessary? If yes, why is it necessary? What is the information that I need to capture in this step? Is this information captured in other steps? If you wish, write these down into worksheet 2. After you have identified the duplicate data entry, it is time to examine how they can be eliminated. Begin by asking yourself, if the information has already been keyed in an earlier step, can I combine, eliminate, or streamline the later step that requires the same information, so that I do not have to key them in again? How would the change look like? Would it be done through an upload, or can I use the same system? What would be the impact of this change? Are there other information I would then need to key in the earlier step? How would this affect the subsequent steps? Would it improve accuracy, quality of work, or time? At this point, you may wish to pause the video, and take some time to think or discuss with your fellow colleagues. Alternatively, you may want to continue watching, as we share an example of what some of these potential changes might look like. Let us run through an example of how the change may look like. This organization has 5 steps where they do data entry. While the information entered at each step may not be identical, there are certain data fields which have been duplicated. Let us zoom into the first data entry point, issuance of receipt. This is a needed step, as it is an acknowledgement for the donation that has been received, so it cannot be eliminated. The receipt is issued using Microsoft Word with the admin executive keying in the date, donor name and amount into the template. Next, we look at the data entry point 2, recording of donation into donation list. Upon evaluating this step, it seems like we are inputting the same details as the first step. Can we then merge step 2 into step 1? Probably not. However, one point to consider is whether we can key in the information into one platform, and use it to generate the official receipt for step 1, and also for the donation list in step 2. By consolidating the input into one platform, that saves time and effort, which is a productivity gain. The admin executive is also likely to feel happier, now that duplicate entry is eliminated, which removes the need to ensure that official receipts amount match to the donation list. Moving on to data entry point 3, keying data into accounting system. manual entry of transactions, increases the probability of human error, and affects the quality of our accounting data. Here, consider what information finance would definitely want in the system. Instead of keying in these data, can the information captured for step 1 and 2 be uploaded onto the accounting system? With the change, given that information is now not manually input, but rather uploaded into the system, the data will be the same. And hence, there is no need to tally what is in the system with our donation list. This reconciliation step can now be eliminated. In reviewing, it is always important to consider the effects the change has on other steps in the process. How will a change in one impact the subsequent steps? In this example, it eliminated our need to match input with the donations list, and in turn, helped to save 2 man-hours per month. That is a productivity gain. Now, let's move on to data entry point 4, keying into IPC link. The donation information to be keyed in is the same as what is being input at step 1. The organization can then look at generating output from the platform used in step 1, to be uploaded onto the link, as another possibility to improve productivity. So far, we have managed to combine and eliminate 3 data entry points. We are left with the final data entry point 5 to consider. Again, the organization can perhaps use what is recorded in the platform earlier, and do a mail merge to generate these letters, instead of manually keying in each individual donor. Given that the manual entry is not going to value add to the organization, this can be eliminated. Having gone through the process, this is an overview of how the organization's as-is process has been refined. A total of 4 duplicate steps have been eliminated. On re-examination, it has also been determined that there is now no need for donations to be recorded in the hard copy donation book, so that will also be removed. After multiple iterations, this is the final refined version of the organization's as-is process. How is yours looking? Are you and your colleagues satisfied with how it looks? It might be worthwhile to take a break, and then re-examine it, to see if there are other areas for improvement, either in time or effort taken.